morning, everyone. This is Bremster coming to you with quite a special video, in my opinion. First of all, this is my 200th video. 200. How the heck did that happen? It feels like only a couple of months ago that I recorded my 100th video, and it kind of was. Second of all, when I mentioned to the people from Skunkworks that my 200th video was coming up, they all got together and said, let's make a puzzle. And this is the puzzle they came up with. Thirdly, I'm doing something very, very different on this one. I'm actually recording the Discord channel where I normally sit down with guys and create puzzles. So in the room with me right now is a bunch of the Skunkwork guys. Hello.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hello.
So some of the people in here, the voices you heard were Riffclown, Sotek, and Virtual. Riffclown and Sotek were two of the people who helped make this puzzle, I believe. Yeah. And Virtual has not solved this puzzle. He's never even seen it before. He's kind of in the same boat as me. So I think Virtual is going to give me a hand trying to solve. So yeah, we're going to give this one a shot. Before I get onto the puzzle, of course, we've got the two puzzle packs running. There is March of the Quads, which is so close to over, it's not funny. So if you want to get your solution codes in, now is the time. Details below. And the Entropic Power Lines pack. That is also running, and you've got a little bit more time on that one. Details below. But I think it's now time to get on with 200. A couple of days ago, I hit 1,000 subscribers, so this is kind of also my celebration video for that one. I hit 500 subscribers at the same time as I hit 100 videos, and yeah, it seems to be the way I grow, about 500 subscribers every 100 videos. Okay, I'm cool with that. So let's look at this puzzle. We ready, Virtual?
Close enough.
Okay, so we've got in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. That's normal Sudoku rules. We have whisper lines. So on the green lines, adjacent digits must differ by at least 5. So that's the normal stuff that we encounter where, for example, you cannot place 5 on a whisper line. 5 higher is 10, 5 lower is 0, neither of which are valid Sudoku digits. And these purple lines are Renban lines, which means each line must contain a set of consecutive non-repeating digits, but they can be in any order. So for example, if this was a 2, then these could be 3, 4, 5, 6, or so I could go 3, 4, 5, 6, and that would be a perfectly valid way of filling that Renban line. I could not, for example, make that a 7 because if I was to take these off and sort them, that would no longer be a consecutive run of digits. That's how the rules work. Now, sorry, I'm having to pay attention to chat a lot more than I would normally do in case anyone says anything that I need to pay attention to because they're live with me today. Yeah, so let's give this a shot. So, where do we start? We know there's got to be 5s on these lines and not on the whisper lines.
That 200 right in the middle is very suspicious. Anytime you have 6 or...
So 6.
Anytime you have 6, it has to have 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, and
3.
6. Yeah. So 4, you've got 4 boxes that they're touching, though. I'm trying to see if you can force 4, 5, 6 onto a whisper line. Can you put 4, 5, or 6? Yes, you can. Because 5 different would be
you can't put
4.
5 directly on it.
No, but you could, if you were to put 4 here.
You could do 1, 6, no problem.
You could work all the way up to 9, and 6 would go all the way down to 1.
Yeah, the big thing that I'm noticing first off is that 5s are allocated in rows 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have 5 Renbans that each require a 5, and 5 lines that they're all in.
So
That doesn't say too much about where 5 can go in row 1.
Hang on, there must be a
Unfortunately.
5 on this line. There must be a 5 on this line. There must be a 5 on that line. There must be a 5 on that line. And there must be a 5 on that line.
Which means we can place 5 in row 2. There's only one place for it.
Those are 5s.
That's pretty cool.
That's very cool. Well spotted. So that means, yeah, we knew there had to be 5s in here. So Riffclown is giving us a ta-da emoji in chat.
We got digits
This is
right
not going to
away.
be a habit for me to do. Sorry, what was that, Virtual?
We got digits right away.
We did. It doesn't tell us much, but maybe it does, and we're just being oblivious. So we know that 5s have to go in here. So we can't put another 5. So 5s must go in those rows. So for example, we cannot put 5 over here, and we can't put 5 here. So 5 is in one of those two.
Can't be in column 2. We've already got our 5 there.
Can't be there. So that has no. That's not true.
Top of column
That
2
can't
be
be
a 5
a
either.
5.
Why can't that one be a 5?
That one could be,
How?
but the top of column 2 can't.
Okay.
We could have the row 1 5 be in box 2.
Okay. So hang
5
on.
is limited to 2 places in box 1.
5 has to be in these.
And one,
No, it doesn't.
It could be in row 1 column 1 or row 3 column 3.
But
I think
within
it's
these
yes,
3
those
rows, 5 has to appear on the 200.
Right.
Sure, but we
Right.
have 4
It could be
row
boxes
off
3
the
that
column
don't
3
have
is
it
on the
in.
200.
Oh, okay. So 5 is in those places in box 1,
But not in column 2, because we already have a 5 in column 2.
but not there. So 5 is in those 2 places. Solving is very
5
different when you've got
is-
people helping you on voice chat. You're about to see that.
Yeah, very different. Frequently,
And we'll
we all
also
notice
acknowledge
exactly
that
the
it's a
same
lot-
thing at the same time.
And we'll also acknowledge that it's a lot easier to scan when you're not driving.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Riff,
Much,
it
much,
is.
much easier.
Okay.
We can take out the highlighted cell in box 3.
That one is not a 5. So 5 is in one of those. Is this a 5's trick puzzle, though? Okay, Virtual's going to have to go mute for a bit. So I'm wondering if high-lowity or polarity comes into this. Because the given 5s could still go up and down. But how long are the Renbans and how does that influence the whispers that are part of the zeros? This is much more like a stream, which I've not done before. How long are the Renbans? How does that influence whispers that are part of the zeros? Okay, I'm about to lose Virtual, unfortunately. That's just a scheduling conflict. How long are the REM bands and how does that influence the whispers that are part of the zeros? Yeah, I was looking at that. But you could go 1.6 or 4.9 on this. But you don't have to. Because you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Olima saying the green digits are exactly 5 apart. That's true. So they must be either 1627. Yeah, so they're all the digit, but they are exactly 5 apart. So these are the most. These are the outliers. So the extreme digits on the Renban line. So what does that tell me? So if there were, for example, 27, so if they're 16, hmm. Yeah, but yeah, I agree, Olima. The rest of the Renban is a Renban. I'm sorry, guys. I know you can't see chat. I'm not going to do a video like this very often. Trust me. Um, um, so I don't see how that limits this though, because I could still go 16 or 27 or 38 or 49. So these could still be anything but 5, which they could be at the beginning.
Yeah, I don't think it's helpful yet. It'll be very helpful later.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, it's worth noting. Five. I keep being drawn to the positions of these 5s. I know 5 on this line is in here. So 5 is down here, but if 5 is here, 5 is here. But if 5 is here, 5 is here. That's a weird shape. Like if 5 is there, that puts 5 down here. If 5 is here, 5 goes here. And then I can't put a 5 in box 2.
Hey, you can.
Oh, I've still got there.
It's very annoying, yes.
And all of that. There puts 5 there, which puts 5 there. I feel like 5s is all I've got to latch on to at the moment.
I will remind you that this is a Skunkworks Renban puzzle.
Yeah,
Skunkworks has learned things about Renbans.
yeah, but I haven't remembered them. Um, so, like on this line, there must be 3 or 6, 4 or 7. But I don't know, again, how that helps me. Because there's a lot of freedom for escaping any of those digits on these whisper lines. And the same is true up here.
What about the 5 longs?
Well, the same is true. It must have a 4 or a 6. But I could again hide those in the middle. Actually, I
Can you?
can't. I just said that. I got it at the same time. These must contain 4 and 6. Because they're 6 long. But a 5-cell Renban line must contain a 4 or a 6. Which means I can't put a 4 or a 6 in any of those cells. Because if I put a 4 or a 6 in any of the grey cells, I've broken these Renban lines. So none of the grey cells can be 4 or 6, or I've run out of 4s and 6. Hang on, no, I can. No, because they must have 4 and 6. So there will be 3 4s and 3 6s in here. So these rows are full of 4s and 6s. However, these lines must contain a 4 or a 6. Because actually they can't be both. So these are either 1 to 5 or 5 to 9, and these are 4 to 6. Which means these are 1 9. Okay. That is a very strange fish that you would, if you brought up from the depths of the ocean, I think it would explode from the lack of pressure.
Oh, what
Which-
a phrase.
What else am I supposed to call it? That means, no, I still can put a 4 or a 6 on this because this is just one of the 1 or 9. But, so these are 1 to 5 or 5 to 9. So these no longer have the freedom that they used to. That is... It's beautiful. It's just not obvious. Now what... So one of these is going to be 1, 2, 3. And one of these is going to be 7, 8, 9. Olima just pointed out in chat that these are going to have the same polarity at the ends. Now I'm using blue just as I know I normally use it for low, but I do not know what they are yet. So this and this will have the same polarity. So if this is the 1 to 5, this will be low. If this is the 1 to 5, these are going to be different. So I'm going to get rid of this yellow. Actually, I'm going to change the yellow to just light grey. If these are low, these are high, I'm actually going to use my normal colouring and admit that they might be wrong, then these would be high and these would be low, because if this is 1 to 5, this is 5 to 9. So this is actually a 4-6 pair. This is a 1-9 pair. So I've got 2 of the same in here, which means this... this line is under some serious pressure?
Yeah. Although it can inconveniently hide a 5.
Well, it's going to swap at the 5. We know that.
Right.
It must have a 4 and a 6 on it. That can't be 4 or 6. That can't be 4 or 6. So I can put a maximum of 2 blue on this and a maximum of 2 yellow on this. But well, I know these are all blue and these are all yellow. I should have done that.
You've also pointed out that each one of those zeros crosses the 5 because the extreme digits are touching the whispers.
Yes.
So they will be mixed parity.
But I don't know which one is which.
That is true, but you have pointed out that you're crossing the 5 with both of those zeros.
Yes, definitely. And this will also cross a 5, but at least by 1 digit.
Don't you know the color of row 1, column 9 there?
That row 1, column 9. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Of course, that is yellow, which means that is blue, because I've got all of those. Now, so
Now
on
you know
this,
something about column 9.
oh, that is nice. And for people watching, this is kind of how we do our collaborative setting and testing. Someone will set a puzzle, we'll all get together, and we will try and solve it. One person will drive, and then often the setter will be involved and maybe throw some hints about what the intended path was, but generally leave the solver to try and discover stuff on their own if they can. Not always possible, but throw hints if needed. That's how some of the testing works. But often just a hint, not this is what I meant. Yeah. It's a very fun process when it works. Often we find that puzzles are very, very broken, particularly when I create them. Okay. So now we've got the same thing here. These are all blue because of the same trick here, which means this is yellow. This is a very weird coloring. So I can't put 2 blue on this. So one of these has to be 5?
Seems to.
Because yeah, one of these is 5, and it may be 5 yellow, but one of these is definitely 5. Now, cross box coloring for the win, or pencil marking for the win. But that means that I cannot put a 1 in either of those, or a 9. So those cannot be 1 or 9, which means those cannot be 4 or 6. That's got to help me somehow, right?
Well, you literally just
there's one.
eliminated everything except 2, 3, 7, 8.
No, because
No,
it could still be 1, 9 there.
still could be 1, 9.
But only one of
So
them.
there's an insight that we got on the test solve that he hasn't seen yet. That we got pretty early.
Which also happens a lot. So this, I keep coming back to the position of the 5s, but I can't.
Sounds like us in the test solve of the unnerfed but unique version. When we couldn't quite do the coloring.
So there is
By
no
the way-
5 on this, so they are yellow.
Yep, that's true.
Which means these are either blue or 5. Oh, Lord. Lordy. These are blue, which means that is yellow.
That's not
No,
right.
wait. What did I just do?
Those are
Five blue
that's
spots, 3.
I need coffee. Fortunately, here's one I prepared earlier. I counted those as all being in box 3 because I am not doing well. This is going to be the most boring video that anyone has ever seen. 5 can hide here. This is the most annoying 5 I've ever encountered.
it is real annoying.
Except I can't put 5 here. Or here, or in any of those. Because I have to put 5 on this line, and I have to put 5 on that line.
Ooh, yeah.
So 5 can't
So-
go there.
So that's blue now.
So that is blue. I don't think I can do that anywhere else, though. I've got to be able to extract some colouring on those lines. I know one of them is yellow, one of them is blue. That doesn't have to be 2, because I can still put 2 on this line. Can this be 1, 3, 4? I don't see why not. That is yellow. No, it's not. That could be blue if blue is high. Because this doesn't have to jump the colour.
Yeah.
This could be blue, blue, 5, blue, and then these be yellow. So these are not 5. One of them has to be blue. But all that's telling me is one of the things on this line has to be blue, which I already knew.
Yep.
Olima has a couple of good points in chat.
Oh, row 1, column 7, 8 have to be
Yeah, you
yellow.
got that
I've got that
one.
one. Blue 1, 9 in row 7 has just 3 spots.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. Because it can't go on the Renban.
Blue 1, 9 can't go in those, so blue 1, 9 is in one of those 3 spots. That... Ooh.
Hard to notate, though.
That is very hard to notate. And I'm not sure... Looking at that, does it give me anything?
Here's one for you. Let's take a look at column 9 for a second.
Oh, what the hell am I even doing? Whoops. Is that what you were going for, Riff?
No, I was going to mention that you've got the Renban is all the same parity. The vertical Renban in column 9.
Yeah.
And you've got the 5 and the 4 or 6. So you know that those are the extreme digits in the middle.
Yeah, I called that out about probably what feels like 20 minutes ago.
I didn't really want to notate it.
Well,
Yeah.
that feels a little,
Excessive.
yeah.
Seems fair to me.
Understood.
Coloring gives me the same thing. I mean, but those are the same digit. Which puts the yellow 19 down here somewhere. Now the blue
So here's a
19
question. Can that one not can that
can
19 go
19
on the
appear
Renban?
on the Renban. If a 1 or a 9 goes on that Renban, does it have to go on the Whisper? Because you've either got 1 through 6, which puts the extreme digits have to be on here. This is the yellow 19. The extreme digits on the Renban must be on the Whisper because of the way this works. So a 1 or a 9 will always be an extreme digit. So you can never put a 1 or a 9 here, even if it is on the Renban. So this has to be the yellow 19.
Yep.
That is insane.
And you were looking at that row 6 earlier, and I think you can look at it again.
So what we were looking at was this and saying,
Row 6.
oh, row 6. I was coming into row 6 from here because the question I'd
Right.
asked was, could either of those be 4, 6? And now they can't.
Yeah.
But I need to put a 4 or a 6 on here. So these are 4, 5, 6. And only one of them can be. These all have to be blue. No. Yes.
Or blue or 5.
This
Blue
is
5.
blue 5. So these are yellow. So what does this give me here?
And now I'll remind you that you knew that blue 19 was in one of 3 places. And I think 2 of those places just became yellow.
Right. Because they couldn't go here because this has a 5 on it and it's too far away. So this is blue 1. Holy cow. So yeah, nice gentle puzzle you made for me, guys. Thanks. Wow. So this is whatever this is. So what? So this is now blue or 5. So I'm going to change this to from purple to grey to be consistent. This is now either blue or 5. Because I can't put another yellow in the column.
Why not? Oh, because there is
I've
a
got
yellow on
3
it,
and there must be one on the...
Yep. Of course. But don't you know what goes on those whispers?
On
The
these.
Renban there? Row 6. Row 6, row 7.
So these are...
Because they can't be 4, 6 and they can't be 1, 9.
If they were 4, 6, these would be 1, 9 and it'd be broken. So these are 2, 3, 7, 8. Now, if this is 8, which is a pair.
Yeah, you don't know
So
which end. But...
all I'm missing is the yellow 4, 6. But that is a 2, 3, 7, 8 pair. Because they're the same colour. Yeah. So these are now limited because I've got 4, 5, 6. So this is also 2, 3, 7, 8. Because I'm either going to go 2, 3, 4, 5 or 5, 6, 7, 8. What? And it doesn't actually... This is starting to look so tempting, but I can't... Like, if I was to put 2 on here... The thing is, it doesn't cross the line. I've gone from... I apologize. Sorry, Riff, I'll come back. I apologize to my viewers. I've gone from solving on camera mode to solving in channel mode, and it's a different thing. So you're seeing something completely different. And yeah, sorry. Sorry, what was that, Riff?
It's definitely different. You do know that row 7, column 2 is not a 2, since there's a 2 in the box.
Yeah, that is... Okay, not a 2. So that cannot
And that
be
means
a
that
7.
can't be a 7.
Yeah. But not enough to whittle down in my little brain. So... And I'm not seeing how to do a similar trick up here. Or am I just being pathetically stupid? So...
Oh, you don't get quite the same restriction up there.
Now, I've got to put a lot of yellow on this line. I really do. There is a 5 on here. And at least one of those has to be yellow. But I could still put a blue here, a 5 here, and 2 yellow. Just picking cells randomly. But I've got to put a lot of blue up here. Like if I went yellow, blue, that runs me out in the boxes. This becomes blue. Yeah, that seems to work. Wow, this may be the hardest puzzle I've done on my channel in a long time. Yeah, 40 minutes and I've got the 2 digits I put in the first few seconds. Yeah, I'm not doing great.
Well, if you want a bit of a hint.
I'm at that point, I think.
All right. Rows 3, 4, and 5, column 1.
So, can't use 4, 5, or 6. Those cells. Can't use 4, 5,
Those 3
6.
cells. Just think about them.
So they can be 1, 3, 7, 8, 9.
Think about what they imply for the composition of the 3 Renbans
Yeah.
in the 200.
This is where I point out to my viewers that the trick of making yourself look like a better setter is hang out with better setters. Oh, wow. Okay. For my 200th video, make Bremster look like an idiot. So I can't put 4, 5, and 6 because they're all taken. So
Can you put a 3?
if I put a 3 on here, one of the 3s is taken up here. So I could... These lines... Now, they can't all be the same. Could 2 of them be the same? This is where I get into the concept of I can't visualize without bifurcating. Because if for example, this was 1 to 6, and this was 1 to 6, then 1, 2, and 3 would all be taken up. This would be 7, 8, 9. But if this is 1 to 6 and this is 2 to 7, I actually don't follow. If I put a 3 here, hang on, if I put a 3 here, I get 1, 2 in here. Wait a minute, where am I going to put the 1s and 9s on these lines? I get 1 in here. I don't have to put 1s and 9s on this line. Am I going to have a problem putting 1s and 9s on these lines? I've got to put at least 1. Because I get 1 in here, 1, 1 in here, and 9 in here. Just picking a side. And 1 in here and 9 in here. I can put A1 or A9 in here. So one of these is going to be low, one of these is going to be high. But if I was to make the other one take the other 1 or 9, then I would have 8, 8. So this, say, would be 8, 7, 6. One of these would have 8, 7, 6. One of these would have 8, 7, 6. Or 9, 8, 7 is what I'm talking about. 9, 8, 7, 9, 8, 7. And this would have to have 1, 3.
It'd have to have 1, 2, 3, I think, in that case.
Yeah, and I can't do it. So this 2, I've got to put extreme digits on this. Because I have to put, one of these has to be 1 to 9. Sorry, 1 to 6. One of them has to be 9 to 4. Doesn't have to be these ones, though. And the other one has to be middling. Which means these cannot be 3, 7. And I cannot see a way of explaining that in channel logic. But it feels right. Because... Hey Xeon, welcome to a record where I'm recording Discord audio.
So I
Gotcha.
think that what you've done is not quite valid for ruling out the 7.
But if I was to put the 7 in here, I would need to put 3 8s on lines. And the minute I put 3 8s on lines, I need to put a 7 on the line.
Right.
So
But
I'd have a 7 here. Once I put the 8 on the line, I need to put a 7 on the line. Once I put the 8 on the line, I need to put a 7 on the
Right.
line. And I
so
can't
what
put the
you've
7
shown
here.
is that must have an 8 and a 9, and then a 1 or a 7. Because the only way to have a 3 is to have a 2. So you can't have a 3.
But if I...
And the only way to have a 7 is to have an 8 and a 9.
But even with putting an 8 here and an 8 here...
So you have 2 8s. So theoretically, you could have 2 minimals.
I could... because I could do 7 8 9 here.
You could, at the moment.
If I do 7 8 9 here, then... But these would have 2 1 to 6s and a 9 to 4.
Yes.
Is there a problem with that?
Right. The geometry of what you're working with is what 3 digits appear in those 3 cells can only appear once in the 200 because
Yeah.
it will appear one other time in the blue or yellow cells.
Yeah.
Oh, that is tricky, and I'm not wrapping... I'm kind of seeing it, but I'm not seeing it in a way that I can explain to all the people at the other end of that camera. Yeah, this is a present.
You should have seen it before the Whispers got extended.
Yeah, thanks, Xeon.
Yeah, they used to not connect between the Renbans. They used to
I will
all
point
just
out
be
that-
one long.
I will point out that during the practice saw, you saw us start. You came back 2 hours later and you saw us finishing.
That connection helped a lot.
Yeah, I'm still not seeing it, though. So we know that 2 of these are high, but I'm not sure what that does for me, because I can't see how to take this any further. Here, this is going to be the longest video on my channel at this rate. Because these celebration videos are normally easy puzzles.
Sorry.
People may enjoy it. Because I am still completely stumped as to what that actually does for me. So I need to put... I mean, 2 of these lines now have to have 3 on them. 2 of those lines have to have 2 on them. 2 of them need to have 6 on them.
Oh
no, I knew all 3 of them have to have 6 on them. So 2 of them need to have 2, 2 of them need to have 3.
Yeah.
And all of them have 4, 5, and
4,
6.
5, and 6, yeah.
And at least one of them has 1. And at least one has 9.
9. Which have to go... If they're in here, they go in here. And if they're on this line, they could go anywhere.
Yeah.
This is a puzzle that feels like it needed another given 5 or something. I really am not seeing what to do.
Another given 5 might have helped. But
So...
yes, row 3, column 8.
That. I've been looking at that.
What color is it? That's the question.
Well, that's what I was looking at earlier. Because if this is yellow, this is blue, but I've still got room to hide yellows. If this is blue, this is yellow, and I'm completely unconstrained on blues and yellows.
Well, if it's yellow, where's it go in box 6?
On its own Renban.
That's a problem.
You can't duplicate the numbers
Right.
on Renban.
Cool. That is an important trick, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a clever trick. It's really, I like how that worked out.
Yeah, the geometry around box 6 is surprisingly powerful.
So we knew the 5 was in here. This is blue. So this is a blue and a yellow. So can I replicate that? So if... No, I can't, because that could hide there. And I don't know what that is yet. Can I do the same trick anywhere along here? Not obviously while I've got places to hide down here and up here.
Yeah.
But one of these is a 4-6. No, it's not.
Is
It
that
could be over
guaranteed?
here. I still could put the blue 4-6 in one of those two. I was looking at this. So,
Yeah.
because this can't be a yellow 1-9. So,
So in fact, you can't have the blue 4-6
Six.
directly above it.
but I could have it there. Or in one of those.
Well, the blue 4-6 must go on that Renban, right?
It must. So it actually must go
So-
there. That
Or
no, hang
sorry.
on. It doesn't have to be the blue 4-6. It could be the yellow 4-6 on this Renban.
No, the Renban has to have both.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? So that is a blue
Yeah.
4-6, which gives me all 4 blues, and this becomes yellow. That is very cool. So this is a blue 4-6. I need to put a yellow 4-6 somewhere. Of course, each Renban has to have both. So now there's a blue 4-6 somewhere in here. Oh, this is hard stuff, guys.
I blame Sotek.
There's a yellow 4-6 somewhere up here, but that... Hang on. Yeah, I knew that. Because this is 9-6 or 1-4. So these two digits are the same. So they go down here.
Correct.
Blue 4-6. I know one of these is a blue 4-6. And I know one of these is a blue 4-6. So all I know is that is 2, 3, 7, or 8. Hooray.
Ah. Well, I know one thing that's nice for you now.
So this is... Yeah.
Row 6, column 8.
I was about
That
to
can't
look
be
at
a-
that. That is 2, 3, 7, or 8. Row 6, column 8. So I was just looking at this. This has got 2 blues, a 5, and no more than 2 yellows. So this has to be yellow.
If it's yellow, what is it?
It's 2 or 8.
That's a problem.
Hang on. It has to be 2 or 8 though, doesn't it?
If it's yellow, maybe, but I don't think it's yellow. Because that row is saying if it's yellow, it's a 4 or
So-
a 6.
We've got blue 5. This is yellow.
So you could have 2 more yellows on this.
So this is either blue 5. If this, oh, hang on. No, I could go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, couldn't I?
Yeah, well, the thing you know here, actually, remember, you know the 200, you know it has a 1, you know it has a 9, and
Ah,
now you know that
This
last
one-
0 doesn't have a 1 or a 9.
and yet, so this one doesn't.
Can't, because it
one
has
of-
to step by exactly 5.
One of these does, but I don't know which.
Well,
So
the other 2, the 2 in the first 0, have to be 1 to 6 and 4 to 9, right? You've been over that.
Oh, right, because I get 1, 1, 1. Yeah, so one of these is 1 to 6 and one of these is 4 to 9. So one of those is going to be, that's going to be 1, 9, 4, 6, but I don't know the order.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
But now you do know that row 6, column 8 has to be blue.
Do I?
Well, it can't be yellow. So if it's yellow, it's a 4, 6, and then you can't put 4, 6 on that.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 would still leave that to be a yellow 8.
But yellow 8 breaks the 7, 8 pair.
Oh, because that becomes blue.
Yeah.
So this has to be blue or this will have no value.
Exactly.
That's not an easy spot.
I think
So
the
if-
hard spots are just about done.
If this is, so these are now both yellow,
Well, I
which
don't know about.
means this cannot be 2 or 8. Because if I put 2 or 8 on here, I need another blue. Because I've got to put the other blue. If this is, say, 2, I've got to put a 3 somewhere on this line. And I've got nowhere
Right,
for it
yes,
because I
yes,
can't.
yes.
So
That's a
this is
3 or a
not 2
7.
or 8. This is a 3 or a 7. This is exactly 5 away.
So it's a 2 or an 8.
So it's a 2 or an 8.
Yep.
These are yellow and 5.
And they're 3, 7, 4, 6, and 5. Yeah. Maybe not worth notating.
Yeah.
because Leftovers.
So 2, 8, 3, 7. So I've now got the makeup of the lines. So 2,
Yeah, so now you know column 1, you don't have your 7 in those cells.
because
Because either that's the cell you're pointing at's a 7 or the 7's in the yellow.
so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So I cannot put a 7 over here. This is a 1, 8, 9. Holy cow. Yeah, this is going to be the longest video ever on my channel, by the way. So I'm still trying to figure out what I can do with this.
I think you can get parity now. Or polarity.
Can I?
Sure.
Two of these have
Box
to,
4.
two of these have to be high. two of these have to be high. If these were both high, well,
Well, no, in box 4, you already have 3 yellows,
yeah.
and none of them can be a 4 or a 6. Because you already got that 4-6 in column 2.
So they can't be 4-6. That can't be 4-6. But why can't I put 4-6 in any of those spots as the yellow 4-6?
You can, and you will, obviously.
But
Point is, that tells you something about if those are allowed to be yellow.
well, if these are yellow, I mean these can't be yellow.
Right.
But one of
So
them
those
has
two
to
can't
be.
Well, one of the 3 is yellow, but those two can't be, right? At least either 1 or 2 of the 3 is yellow, and those 2 can't be yellow.
But one of them
Right?
has to be yellow, doesn't it? No,
One
they
of the
could both
3.
be blue. One of the 3 has to be yellow. And
Yeah.
it can't be 4-6, and I can't put 4-6 there, and I can't put 4-6 there.
Yep.
So they both have to be blue. They're not one. This is the one, and yellow needs to swap. So yellow becomes green. Actually, green was a bad... Oh, no, green's fine. Blue becomes yellow, and then green becomes blue. And then I can go 4, 9. Yeah, this puzzle was actually beyond me. That is not a 4. That is not a 4. This is a 5-6 pair. This is not a 3. This is not an 8. That's a 2. That's a 7. That's a 6. This puzzle actually beyond me. That's a 1. These are
Well,
an
I
8.
finally made it back.
Yeah. Welcome back, Virtual. This puzzle actually beyond me. I really do not think I could have come anywhere on this on my own. So these are 1, 2, 3 without being a 1. These are 7, 8, 9. So this is an 8, 9 pair.
We can fill in the remainder of the row 1 Renban.
Yep. 2, 3, 4. That could still be a 4. That can't be the 2.
It can't be a
That's
4
a
because
1.
it clones into row 2.
That
The
sorry, that one.
No, the
I'm trying to remember.
row 1
Box
column
3.
6.
That one clones into there.
And it sees a 4 in the row.
Okay, so that's not a 4. So 4 is in there. I had called that out earlier, but that was a while ago. 1 is in one of those 2. So this is 5, 8 or not. 5, 8 or 9. I said the right thing. 6, 7 or 8. 9 goes down here now. These are 4, 6, and 7. That's not a 6.
Interesting.
These are 2, 3, and 4. 7, 8 pair in column 7.
Yes, there is.
That does seem to be a 7, 8 pair.
It's a 6-5 pair.
Yes, it is.
Nowhere else for 5 to go in
There's
the box.
nowhere else for 5 to go
That's
in the
useful.
box. So this is still
That
2,
takes
3,
the-
4.
It takes the gray out of row 5, column 8.
I mean, as a fun fact about this puzzle, you can, aside from the given 2 being very important for column 1, you can completely ignore the bottom 2 rows.
Right,
They
that makes
do-
sense.
They
So there-
do not matter.
The 6 is in here.
Which means the 6 is in one of those 4.
Yeah. Unhelpful.
Alas, alack. Two, 3.
4 could still...
Do have a 2-3 pair in column 6.
Yes, we do. That gets us a 4.
That's a 4. So those are not 4. So those are not
that
4, which
box
means
7
those are
will get
not
a 3.
9. This is a 1, 6. So this is 1... That makes that the
That's
5.
5.
So these are 2, 3, 4, which means they are blue.
5 loses its color.
4 is in there. That
Gives
is
you a
not
5 in box
4.
1.
Hang on. This is 4, 8, 9. So that's not 5. Yeah, that's 5 in
4.
box 1. That is not a 4. That is an 8 or a 9. So that becomes high. I'm finally able to do something on my own, so I'm trying to. Now, we knew that these were... So this is the 1 to 6. So this is 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So this could still be the 4.
Must be even.
Maybe. In fact, it absolutely must be. This is the 4. Because 4's up there, 4 there, and 4 there. Trying to remember that I'm still
Or you
recording
had an
for a
8-9
channel.
pair in the row. Either way.
Yeah, multiple ways of doing this, I suppose. So now 5 is in one of those two. I can get rid of that grey colouring. There is no 4 in
resolves the
here.
5,
This
6.
is a 6, 7 pair. So this is 5, 8, and 9. That 4... So 5... This is the 6. This is the 5. I will uncolour the 5 and remove the grey from there. Now... This is the 8. There is no 8 here. This is a 5, 9 pair. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 7 and 8. Giving me a 7, 8 pair. These are 1, 2, and 3?
Looks like.
That's capable of being all of them.
That's merely a 1. Look at the box.
Oh, there's a 2, 3 pair. That is a 1. That is not the 1. Zathras finally
Not
makes
the
an
one.
appearance in the puzzle. That's a 3. That's a 2.
Last 2 in the bottom rows is placed.
That's a 4. That's a 3. That's a 2. These
We
are
get the 2
low.
and the 3 at the other end.
Yeah, I'm starting to get 3. I had... yep.
The 8 in row 3 looks right.
9, 8, not 9, 9. That is a 4, which makes it low. Now, it's not helping me yet. That's a 2, 3. That's a 2, 3. That's a 7? That has to be a 7. It has to be high, and it can't be 6, 8, or 9. That is a 7. So that is a 2. That is not a 2. That's a 2. That's an 8. That is not an 8. That's a 7.
Grimster back up.
What have I done?
Row 2, column 5 might not be a 7. It has other options.
No, it doesn't.
6, 7, 8, 9. If I put a 6 there, that has to be a 1. It's not a 6. It sees an 8 or a 9.
Oh wait, well, it sees a 7-8 pair. Actually, it's a 9. Does not see a 9.
Oh. I am... Oh, okay. Mark those as high and I would have seen it. Okay, so that's a 9. The problem I've got is I've been doing this for so long. The reason I normally don't record this long is my eyes are starting to water and I actually can't focus properly. So I'm actually not seeing pencil marks properly at the moment.
Well, shouldn't be much longer.
Yeah, here's hoping. No offense. Like, I'm enjoying the puzzle, kind of. That's a 6, which makes that high.
Well, you've made the big breakthrough, so.
Well, with a lot of help. 1 and 5 go down here.
Well, collectively in our practice solve, we had a lot of help too.
5. This is 7, 8, 9 down here, so they are high. That's also 7, 8, 9. So that's a 7, 8. Yep, that makes sense. So that's a 7.
Can't be an 8.
That's an 8. That's a 7. I take 7 out of those. That's a 7. That's an 8. 7 must go next to 2, which makes this the 3. Takes the 2 out of those. That's a 3, 4 pair, making that the 2. That 3, which takes the 3 out of there, which I could have got from that 3. Oh man, it'll be the comments on this video are going to be very interesting. That's an 8. That's a 7. Now, this is a pair. I'm not sure if that's where I should be looking at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that's actually resolved. 6 and 7. They are both high digits, which resolves that 8, 7, 9, 8. These are 6 and 9, which is resolved. 9 and 6. I should have marked that as a low right at the beginning. Someone is going to be upset about that. This is the 1. This is the 4. This is a 5. This is a 1. This is a 6. This is a 5. The 1 is low. The 6 is high. Now, where do I get the traction now? The 2 looks up making that 3. That 4, that 2, that 3, takes 3 out of there, which puts 3 into there. Now, that digit there is a 2. Traction into the middle.
You've got a pair
So
of
both the
digits.
2 and the 3 in column 8 left.
Oh, right, 2, 3. So that is 1. That is 2. I'm actually going to color while I can. So 2, no, it's the 1, which makes this 6 and 1. So this is high and low. The 6 makes this 7 and 6, which makes this 8 and 7, which makes this 9 and 8, which makes this 5 and 9, which makes this high. This will become the 5, so I will uncolor it. I will remove that. This becomes 4. This becomes 3, and I put a 4 right in the middle, which completes 200 in about 200 minutes. Yeah, not quite, but it felt like it. Thank you, everyone. That was way harder than I expected when I was told, yeah, we've tested it and made it easier. Though I've watched these guys set puzzles before, and it is not uncommon for an initial test solve to take many, many hours with like 6 people looking at it. I would not call that a 3 out of 5, which is what I was told it was going to be. I will let all of the people discuss this in the comments below. Normally we test something a lot more than I think I gave this one time for, because I only dropped it on them with like a day's notice. Thank you, Riffclown, Sotek, Virtual, Xeon, and Olima for helping me with this video. Thank you, everyone, for sticking through with this one.
Thank you for recording videos, Bremster. It's been awesome being along the journey to 200, and we'll see where it goes from here.
Yeah, hopefully I'm going to keep doing more. I am doing the vault videos, which a lot of these people are contributing to. And those are the videos that I'm recording, so I can just drop videos in where when I have gaps when I can't record or whatever. But I am going to try and keep recording. Because I see so many wonderful puzzles from these people, it is very easy for me to do that. But I do keep hunting from elsewhere. If you have recommendations for puzzles, throw it through. My contact details are below. Thank you to the Skunkworks so much. And yeah, thank you for sticking with me through 200. And if you have a recent joiner to my channel, go look at the back catalogue. There's some amazing puzzles in there, and also a few by me. Thank you everyone for watching. Sorry about the audio on this one. I've never done this before and it was a very different experience. I won't do this as a regular thing, I promise. Thanks everyone for everything. Good luck with your solving.
And congrats on 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, that's huge too. Thanks, Riff. Bye everyone.